Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
How's it going, Travis?
Going well. Looking forward to this.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be fun. We'll be getting into it here. I'm gonna give everybody a minute or so just to get on. Can you guys hear me okay? Perfect.
Yep.
We'll give it a minute or two. I'm excited for this. I'm really appreciative of Travis for giving me this platform to share with you guys and to help you guys with your fitness. Because man, we can only fulfill our calling. We can only do the work that God has called us to do to the point that our bodies can handle it. And that's why I'm passionate about this topic. You know, I've spent a lot of time in the fitness world, and I'm just talking right now. You guys just hopefully you're okay with that. I've spent a lot of time in the fitness world and just questioning what the real motivation is for fitness and for health. And you know, I've spent time bodybuilding, I've spent time powerlifting, I've spent time in these different with these different motivations. And I've just learned now what the true motivation should be and why we should do this thing. So I'm excited to get into this with you guys and to encourage you guys with a kingdom mindset on your health and on your fitness. It's going to be good. So we'll give it one more minute here and then we can get into it. Get a couple other people coming on in. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Also, feel free, guys. I would love this. This is going to be very interactive. So I'd love it if you guys would be open to turning your cameras on if you have that opportunity. And definitely, you know, I guess stay muted if you're not chatting just because we got a big group, but feel free to unmute and chat with me. I'd love to have conversation. All right. Cool, cool. And I'm guessing you guys all are in the Increase Academy already, which, oh my gosh, what value are you guys getting in there? It's phenomenal value in there. You guys got financial coaching, fitness coaching, Travis with the faith teaching. Man, I hope you guys were on yesterday's call, the Bible study. I just feel like every time I hear Travis speak, it's new revelation that it's a lot of times it's the same stuff God is speaking to me at the same time, and it's just phenomenal every single time. I love it. Um, so you guys are being blessed absolutely in this Increase Academy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it here with you guys. We'll let people in as they join, but also I realize, Travis, I have a 40-minute timer on my Zoom. I'm not as I want to say the word bougie. I think that's the like the new term. Like I'm not as bougie as some of the other people with the unlimited Zoom time. Denzel's 2 hour anointed messages, you know, I'm gonna have 40 minutes to
This
get.
this will keep you focused. This will
That's
keep you
right.
dialed in.
That's right. We'll
Yeah.
zone it in. We'll get you guys in, get you guys out. But man, I'm truly excited to do this with you guys. I mentioned real briefly, I've spent the last 10 years in the fitness industry. I'm 27 years old, so I'm young. You know, Denzel mentioned it too. Kind of younger than maybe my maturity. I don't mean that in a prideful way, but truly something since coming into Christ. I've, you know, worked with a lot of people, different ages, and been able to really just minister to them in fitness and you know teach people and really just lead people and guide people in their fitness journeys. I'm a little bit of a different trainer. I'm not a trainer that really focuses on physique. I don't really care what you look like. I don't really care how much you weigh. I don't really care about any of that stuff, if I'm going to be honest with you. I would really prefer for you to have a motivation of being more fit for the kingdom of God, being more fit to fulfill your work, and ultimately being driven to get fit so that you can fulfill your work for a longer period of time, better, with more energy. When I mean your work too, I'm talking about more than just your job, but also for your family, also for the calling that God has on your life, in your finances, the energy to do all these things. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to get into the PowerPoint. I made you guys a little presentation here. Like I said, it's going to be very interactive, so I would love to have some participation from you guys, more than just Travis, too. I know Travis is more than willing to jump on. Uh, so, okay, we'll get into it here, guys. So, this is going to be exciting because we have this created in a way where you guys are going to be able to see an increase in your fitness in only 21 days. We put on a 21-day challenge, and that's kind of the way that we decided to go about this. Keep it very simple, keep it short enough to keep you guys motivated to move forward and to see these results as well. So let me just show you guys what this is all about. First thing I want to do for you is actually ask you a question. I would love for some interaction. Feel free to unmute yourself and let me know what your answer is to this. And my question to you is, why do you want to increase in your fitness? I'd love to hear some answers for that. Does anybody have any answers for that? Another question. Yeah, Zoom user is unmuted. What do you think? More energy, I see. More energy for Millie Club, including building a multi-million dollar business. I love that. Awesome. Any other thoughts? Why do you want to increase in your fitness? Or another question would be, what does it look like for you to increase in your fitness?
I'll chime in.
Yes, sir.
Uh, I know you said not just me,
No, hey, I love
but
it.
just
I love it.
I this is for me personally. I think that like you said, you don't have to be ripped. You don't have to have six pack and all that stuff. But being fit,
Hmm.
I equate it to being sharp, to being diligent, to being in control.
Yes.
And I think it speaks to, I mean, I'll just kind of say it. I think it plays into full godly character, like a fullness dialed in every area.
Yes.
If you are if you can be fit to a degree, like I
Hmm.
said, I'm not saying shredded and ripped and bodybuilder. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, man, I can tell that they are disciplined.
Hmm.
There's something attractive about it, I guess is what I'm getting at. From the
Absolutely.
outside looking in, it's like, okay, man, this person, they are sharp here,
Hmm.
diligent there, disciplined. Look at the results, look at the fruit. I think it just embodies like a fullness of
Hmm.
great godly character.
I love it. I love it. I appreciate the answer, Travis. Definitely. I mean, fruit of the spirit is self-control, right? And that's a massive way to, I want to say, train your self-control, or maybe to apply that fruit of the spirit into your fitness. And we'll get into as well, what Travis is talking about is the motivation to get there is going to be what drives you guys to take action. The why, the belief, like Travis talks about often in this group, is the belief is going to actually drive the action, right? And we need to get a right believing about what our fitness is here for. So we'll get into that as well. But I want to read Zoom user says, be able to keep up with my life. That's good. Robert Lee says, was an athlete for years, much older now, need to get the years off. Or we could extend the years, Robert. Let's extend the years, make them more high impact. S. Johnson says, health impacts all other things. You're right. Everywhere I go, being a representation of heaven on earth. Yes, sir. Fresh mind, all day energy, not crashing in the evenings. I love that. Well, I want to get into, ultimately what I believe God's design is for our fitness and what our goal is going to be with this program. So, if I could sum it up into one sentence, it would be this: we want to do what we're designed to do. I call that productivity with high levels of energy and effectiveness. I call that vitality for a long period of time. Call that longevity. Okay. So I want to ask you one more question for right now and say maybe you've tried to get in shape in the past. Maybe you've tried a fitness program or you've tried a diet plan in the past and you either didn't follow through or maybe you ended up in a worse place afterward. I want to just know, has that been anybody's experience in here? Have you tried something in the past, fitness wise, diet wise, and you either didn't follow through or, some people they lose 15, 20 pounds and then they gain 20, 30 pounds afterward. I'd love to hear, has that been anybody's experience in this room? Oh yeah, Zoom user said, "Oh yeah, consistency has always been my challenge." Okay, I appreciate the honesty. I'll give you guys about 30 more seconds here, and we'll keep it moving. I'm just curious. I know this is a big thing. This is the reason a lot of people jump onto diet plans, diet programs, keto, different things, and they just get obsessed, or they don't get obsessed. They get addicted to fast change. They get addicted to I got clients who now are 50, 60 pounds overweight, and it's because, and they keep telling me, I want to go back, I want to do keto. I know that works. Like if it worked, you'd still be down 40 pounds like you were before, but you keep gaining it back because you got this different mindset that we need to cut things out. And you don't have the right mindset behind here. So, yep, did paleo for about 4 years. Just, I'm guessing you meant just wasn't sustainable, is what I'm assuming you mean there. Um, I'm a busy 58-year-old, work two full-time jobs, and have a few hustles on the side. Fitness and diet has been tough because of lupus. Okay. I need something that allows me to keep up with my everyday. Okay. Lack of motivation. Yes. Metabolism changes as you get older. Fighting genetics as well. Yep. Okay. Cool, cool. So you guys, you've tried stuff in the past that hasn't worked. Hey, by the way, you're just like everybody else, right? So many people have tried stuff and it hasn't worked. So I don't want you to get discouraged. I actually want you to have some hope because I'm about to teach you God's will for your fitness and your health. And when you have God's will for your fitness and your health, you immediately know what the enemy is trying to do, and you immediately know what God is trying to do, and you can align yourself with that. And we can do some practical things to do that as well. So that's my next question is what is God's will for our physical health? I would love to hear just a couple of responses, whether you unmute or message in there. I'd love to get your guys' thoughts. What is God's will for our physical health? What's his perfect plan for our physical health? What would it look like if God said, this is exactly what I want for your physical health? You guys 30 seconds. Maybe we don't know. See if we get any answers here. It's okay if not. Okay. We got one chat coming in. Divine health. Yeah, I agree. What does that mean though? Like practically, what does that look like? We got not, yes, there you go. Okay, nothing missing, nothing broken. Feel good, have energy, not sick. I like that. I like that. That's a good answer right there. Okay, awesome. To do what he wants. I'm guessing to do the purpose that he has for your life is what I'm assuming you mean by that. Okay, sweet guys. I'm gonna get into so this is in my viewpoint from what the Bible tells us. This is God's will for our physical health. This is God's perfect design, and the reason this is important is we have that goal, right? We have a proper goal of what are we trying to do here. Because what we don't want to do is we don't want to try to do something that's not in line with God's will. That don't make sense. So let's get see what he needs, see what he wants, and then let's align ourselves with it, right? And right. So number one, this is one part of God's will for our physical health is longevity. He wants us to live long lives. He wants us to live capable lives. He wants us to live generational lives where we see our kids, we see our grandkids, we see our great grandkids, right? I think biblically, you guys can claim the promise that God wants us to live 120 years, right? I would stand on that promise and go, that is my goal. That is part of my health goal, 120 years, right? And claim that because so many people in this world are going to go, oh, you're 40? Ooh, now it's all downhill, right? That's not true. That's not true. It's just getting started. It's just getting started at that point. So number one, longevity, right? Massive part about God's will for our physical lives, right? And then we get number two. This is what one of you guys were mentioning in the chat, productivity. Okay, being able to produce fruit with our physical health. We should be able to be capable of producing fruit. And man, this is I'll give you guys a quick testimony. I didn't plan on going here, but children are part of that. Fertility. Your fertility is part of your physical health and your ability to produce wealth, your ability to produce um, work, to be able to work and be productive and have long days of energy and production where you don't need a crash midday, right? You don't crash. You're not so tired. You don't miss sleep all night. So you're just tired through the day. You don't have those things holding you back. And I said I was going to give you a quick testimony, so I will. One of the things that we struggled with for our beginning of our marriage, we're young, but we struggled with miscarriage. My wife and I had three miscarriages right as soon as we got married. And this is a promise that I claimed over her and over myself is that no, we are going to have children. And I declared the promises of God. No, it says in the curse that the people would be miscarrying, that they would have struggles with kids. We're not under the curse. We're under the blessing, right? And that's part of it as well. I want to read a couple comments. God has given me the ability to get up and go to work every day, not focus on the pain and the things that go along with lupus. I don't give up. I don't accept feeling tired and unhealthy. I struggled with fatigue, tiredness, then got savage about what's in my control. And that's how you have to be. I love that. I love that answer. And the thing is, right, when you see tiredness and fatigue as an attack of the enemy, you can be savage with it, right? Now it's like, no, you don't have any place in my life. I'm designed to be productive, right? So that's number two. And then the last part is vitality, right? We know, especially if you've been in this for any sort of time, God has designed you to live sickness and disease free, right? By Jesus's stripes, you have been healed, right? And that is something that you guys also need to be standing on for your physical health. And on top of that, also pain free, right? You'd be surprised, maybe you wouldn't, how many people have joint pain, tendon pain, pain in their body that they just accept. I just accept it as you get older. But like you're saying, name on here is S. Johnson is like once you see that fatigue and tiredness is of the enemy and he's trying to get after you, now you can resist it heavily. So same thing with pain in the body. Once you see that the enemy's attacking you in that way, I'm going to heavily resist that, right? Resist the enemy, he'll flee from you. So that's another third part of our physical health, God's will for our physical health. Therefore, I just want you guys to understand that's the purpose. That's why we are doing what we're doing. And then therefore our training and our challenges are going to be catered toward helping you guys in those three areas, right? And I call that dominion. I mean, I know I love that word, but it's you walking in the dominion that God has designed you for in your physical health. Is this making sense so far? Can you guys just shoot in the comments or let me know? Is this helping? Is this making sense? We get a little feedback. Yes, I do. Yes, I do have. I didn't say that. I have a boy now. We got pregnant after the miscarriages. We have a boy who's a year and a half. And then we also have another boy on the way who's we're 8 months pregnant right at the moment. Yes. Sarah S. Johnson. Sarah, awesome to have you back, Sarah. Penny, awesome. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Thanks for the feedback, guys. So now we're gonna get like really practical, right? Um, this is fun. Now we know why we're doing what we're doing. We know that God has promised us these things, but we also know that God's promises are not just received passively. You guys know that. You have to aggressively take them, right? Take them by faith is what the Bible says. Take them by faith. I'm going to live to 120 by faith. I'm going to live sickness, disease, pain-free by faith. I'm going to live full of energy, productivity by faith, right? And then there's practical things that we can do following that faith in order to show that we have faith in that, right? So practically speaking, 21 days, this is our challenge. And the way that we're breaking this up is it's going to be a 21-day program, and we're going to focus super simply on developing one habit. So it's going to be incredibly simple. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's going to be very simple for you guys to just focus on that habit, develop it through the 21 days. It's going to help you in all three areas, and then we can go ahead and move on into the next habit. Okay. So one new habit developed toward dominion. Like I said, that's the three, and we're going to make it fun. You know, you guys know Travis is good at making stuff fun. We got the increase. We're going to throw it into the increase games. So you guys are going to earn points as a reward for getting your fitness on point as well. Okay. And like I said, the first challenge, very practical, very simple. 21 days, guys. Challenge number one is going to be 10,000 steps per day. It's going to be our first challenge. 10,000 steps per day. Okay. For you guys who track stepping or you have in the past, you know this is a pretty much of a landmark where they say if you're doing this, you're walking pretty good. Um, So that is our first challenge. I'm gonna actually start it today for you guys. 21 days starting today. I hope you're motivated and you're ready to go get some steps in. Okay. 10,000 steps a day. Nice. There we go. That's right. 10K steps, like $10,000. That's right. That's right. Yes. The resistance. Yes. Cool. Okay. I want to give you guys a quick just why are we doing 10,000 steps a day? And then I want to get a couple questions here at the end, get some interaction going if you want to. Why 10,000 steps a day? Like I said, great landmark to get you moving, right? As you take 10,000 steps a day, what you're doing is you're increasing your metabolism, you're increasing your calories burned. Us exercise science nerds have certain acronyms for this. We have total daily energy expenditure, which is the most nerdy way of saying how many calories you burn in a day. And basically, the way that you increase your total daily energy expenditure the very most is not by doing a super intense workout. It's actually by increasing your just your activity levels. Your activity level. The more active you are, the more total daily energy calories you're burning, the more active you are. So if you're walking 10,000 steps a day, you are going to burn more calories through the day. Another reason we do 10,000 steps a day is because some of you, it might seem like a lot, but anybody can do it, truly. You guys, this is very low impact, right? Not making anybody do burpees, not making anybody run upstairs. Nobody's squatting 300 pounds. We're just walking. We're walking more. Something that you could do whether you're remote, whether you work in person, whether you have two jobs, whether you have three jobs, whether you have four jobs. I don't know how many jobs you can have, but you're walking more. You're more active, right? So 10,000 steps a day is our first challenge, and that's the reason why. I want to get you guys two practical things, and then I want to take questions, open the floor up. Number one, I know this is going to come up, is how to track your steps. So just two very practical ways to do that is, a lot of you guys have Fitbits or you have Apple Watches or you have something like that. that's the most easy way to track because it's on you and it's tracking you automatically. If you guys don't have that stuff, I'm guessing all of you guys have smartphones, and on your smartphone, there's actually an app called Health on your smartphone, and that will track your steps as well. So all you got to do is make sure that you're on that health app and you're just looking and you can see it right on there as well. Um, and then I actually want to just open the floor up right there to see if there's any questions or anything at all, and we can give you guys some advice and stuff. You guys feel free to unmute or message, whatever you guys want. Yeah, let's see.
Derek, can you talk about
Yeah,
there's some comments about modifying that due to current health scenarios. Can you talk about that a little bit? There's some
absolutely.
other options or
Yeah.
what they should have said or
Thousand the most. Should I modify that goal? Erica. So yeah, Erica with plantar fasciitis. You know, yeah, I mean, that's definitely something to consider for sure. I'm recovering. Should I 5,000 at most? Is your doctor telling you to just do 5,000, or is that just like where you're at the moment? You could just text or that's just where I'm at. Okay. You know what you should do probably is increase the number for sure. Try to get more. I mean, I don't think that's gonna hurt you. Maybe if you want to be safe and if you want to be safe with it, maybe start with just, seven and a half, 7,500. And if you don't have pain and you're still feeling okay from there, just bump it up to 10,000. You're gonna have to just let your pain tolerance, not your tolerance, but if it's making the injury worse, then back down. Um, yeah. What's the best way to track your steps? So if you got a Fitbit, does that make sense, Erica? Got it? Perfect. Let me know too if you got any questions from there. Like if you can keep us updated and let us know where you're at and all that as we go. 'Cause we're gonna do this once a week, just so you guys know, once a week on Fridays. We'll jump on here. Stretches help, yes. So best way to track your steps, Elaine, is with either a Fitbit or an Apple Watch. If you have that. If you don't have that, your phone will track it as well.
Alex.
What's that? Yep. So you could use either your Apple Watch, Fitbit, or you could also use, your phone has that health app on it, and that's a free way to track your apps too. Your phone's got it already installed. Um, if you don't like that one, there's also other ones you could download and track for free as well.
Derek, what about can we split it up
Mhm.
during the day or is it 10,000
Oh,
steps at once?
Oh, that great question. Yeah, definitely. You do not need to do it at one time. Definitely not. You guys can split it up however you want. Um, just by the end of the day, you want 10,000 steps in. Um, and I will give you guys some practical ways to get those in as well. Um, maybe I'll do that right now, quick. If you guys, so while you're going through the day, likely what's going to happen is it's going to be through not like you said, Travis, not one like time where you're walking really, really long. It's going to likely be, man, I got 15, 20 minutes, and I'm going to go and do it for 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to go for a 15-minute walk. I'm going to go for a prayer walk. That's my favorite way to do it. Go for a prayer walk, talk to the Lord, meditate the scripture for 15 minutes, go back to your work, right? You got a lunch break, go have your lunch, go to a 15-minute walk. And that's the idea behind this too, is it's not like this program of 10,000 yes, great time to do the increased classes. It's not 10,000 steps one time, like go for like a 3 mile, 4 mile run, whatever it is, but rather just be more active through the day. What it might mean is some of you guys maybe have a walking desk or something like that too. So a lot of different strategies to get you guys there. Zoom user, every Friday we'll do a fitness call and we'll have accountability for you guys. You guys also have accountability, obviously, in the app too. We'll be very active in the Increase Academy app as well. Any other questions? Anything else?
What are you thinking on?
Mhm.
I mean, we can talk more about this, me and you, but on the accountability side of things,
Yes.
um, the like if we made a so on the top we have categories for like the increased games, we have categories for replays,
Hmm.
financial workshops.
Hmm.
We could create a fitness category there,
Yeah,
and then we can post once we've hit our 10,000 steps for the day.
I love that.
Something like that. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I love that. I think that would be good. That'd be a good way to like, hey, check off the box for the day. It'd be good for inspiration for other people in the group to see when people are hitting their steps. And then also, man, you guys, it would just make you more active in the community too, which I think would be good. I love that idea, Trev. I think we rock it. No.
This is Elaine. I like that idea too, being able to maybe log in every day
Yes.
instead of just writing it down, because sometimes you'll forget, to write it down.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good way to show accountability.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Elaine. Thanks for the feedback. We're definitely going
Yeah.
to do that.
Hey, I really like the prayer walk idea too. I never really thought about that.
Oh my gosh, that's like my favorite
I
thing.
know. I mean,
Oh,
I walk my dog every day, but it's a little different because my mind's always wondering, but I really like that.
yes. And there's something about it too. They say another nerd fact is that when you're moving and you're active, your brain is more active too. So actually, that's literally my favorite times, Elaine, to talk to the Lord is when I'm walking. My brain, I'm like you said, Travis, is just so sharp. It's just like my mind is just there, and I could just be so feel so connected to the Lord. You're on your own, you're doing your thing. So highly encourage that. Highly, highly encourage that. And you guys will see me on Travis's Bible studies. I'm usually walking. You guys have any other questions or feedback or um, anything at all? I'd love to keep conversation going. We get 7 minutes left on this. So I'll ask this to maybe finish this up here is I'd love to hear comments or you guys can unmute and let me know who's up for this challenge. Who's down to do this challenge? I'd love to hear if you're excited about this challenge, just put I'm excited or I'm in or whatever. Give me a little feedback here. Nice. Sounds like Sarah's in, sounds like Travis is in, Elaine is in. Perfect.
Oh man,
Ooh, come on. Is it Amy?
yes.
Yes, Amy's in. Erica's in. Perfect. Zoom
Mhm.
user. He's got a name. He or she's got a name. I know it, but they're in. Been thinking about increasing my
Me,
steps. Yes. Who is that?
this is Elaine. Am I still muted?
Oh, we hear you.
Okay, maybe at some point we can talk about nutrition too.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. That's a another one of the habits that we'll definitely be working in over time. There's really four areas where we're going to be working on. One of them is movement. Like this is part of a movement area, the nutrition side of things. I actually if anybody's wanting to get into this earlier, if you could feel free to. But I just read a book. If you guys know Dr. Josh Axe, he's yes. So Sarah's nodding. He just wrote a book called Biblio Diet, and that's a very cool book. Talks about fasting, talks about organic food, and not eating processed foods, things like that. So we'll definitely get into that, Elaine. Penny's reading it now.
Okay.
Good. Yes, it's a great book. I definitely recommend it. Very cool. All right. You guys have any final questions? I'll give you 30 seconds. Just any final questions or closing remarks or anything like that.
This is Penny. I
Any-
do have a remark.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, I am here because I am 63 years old,
Okay.
and I find that in our culture, this is the time that we're being like conditioned to wind down.
Yes.
So I'm seeing myself at a crossroads, like very clearly.
Mhm.
And it's like I can decide to sit down in my chair and crochet, which I love to do,
Yeah,
or, but I know that the key is movement because I have 8 grandchildren.
absolutely.
So it really is like I just see it clearly as a crossroads. Am I going to stay with what's the norm,
Mhm.
or am I going to push? So that's why I appreciate this group.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. That makes me more motivated even to help serve you guys. That is so awesome, Penny. Thank you for sharing that. This is going to be perfect for you. You get to see those grandkids, those great grandkids too. We're going to get you there. You're feeling healthy and strong for the great grandkids when they get there.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Awesome. What do you think, Amy?
I just want to thank you for what you're doing and also mention I'm 69 and I'll be moving from Georgia to Colorado as soon as God opens the door
Wow.
to be able to be mountain walking, hiking with my children and grandchildren, dealing with some health issues in my knees, believing God for manifestation of healing. But I love what you're doing because it's all God centered. So thank
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely, Amy. Thank you again for that encouragement. Yeah, we're excited for you. And you guys, the motivation is so much better when you are thinking that way. Because yeah, when you're trying to think about, man, I gotta lose 20 pounds, I gotta lose 30 pounds, it's not very, it's like, why? Just for a number, just to please people. And again, that's not a good reason. But you guys have good purposes. You want to be there for your grandkids, you want to be active, you want to be energetic, you got purposes. I'm excited for you guys. Awesome. I think I'm nice. And yeah, I mean, this is something too. You guys can, some of you probably have spouses on here too, and you guys can encourage courage to do stuff with those guys too. Go out for a walk with your spouse. Go out for a walk as a family. Different ways, right? Keep up with me. Yeah, Caitlin, absolutely. Be ready for the grandkids, generational longevity, right? God wants you to be ready. You're probably getting your steps in too, I bet. 5 kids, depending on their age. I'm sure you're moving around. Very cool. Absolutely. And I'll finish with this. We got about a minute left. You guys know Travis has been very generous with offering a free week of the Increase Academy to anybody, right? And I would just highly encourage you guys, if you know anybody that needs to get their fitness on, but they also, maybe this for me is something I'm very passionate about because there's so many people in the church, there's so many people in the body of Christ that just think fitness is about vanity. So then therefore their solution is to not do anything about it, right? I'm sure you guys know some people like that. And if you do, I'd encourage you have them join a call. And we can talk about this, talk about God's design and hopefully encourage them to make a change. Awesome, guys. All right. Perfect. 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 Okay. Well, we'll call it right there, guys. I appreciate you all. We're gonna make me and Trevor gonna get on that. It sounds like he's already done it so fast. Uh, Fitness category, we'll rock and roll. Please message me if you have any questions at all. We'll start tracking, like I said today. Let's get after it, guys. I hope you all have a blessed day. Thanks for having me on here.